Guys, welcome back to Nutjob. It is Adam in Ireland, and today we have a very special guest. Of course, that is Andy.
Hello, folks.
He has welcomed me to Ireland into the Volkswagen fold, and it has been absolutely amazing. Funnily enough, he's actually a subscriber from like back in the day, one of the first ones, like 6 months ago, and we've been in contact. And he said, "Adam, you gotta come down and meet me." So here we are, and we are going to check out a couple of his interesting Volkswagens. Hello.
Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Sweet. Let's do it. I've made it to Shillelagh. Here is Andy.
Shillelagh. It's the same thing.
Same
thing, yeah. Shillelagh works. Shillelagh. Depends on the many of them you've had.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is my first, but here we go. Hang on.
Yeah, well, that's what you're telling me.
Here we go. Check this out. This is Andy's. What year was it?
1969.
1969.
Named Jeremy.
Jeremy. Look at this. Oh, man. All right.
Wife and I own him 8 years. When we found him, he was in 3 parts in a ditch in Carlow.
Really?
And we took it out of the ditch, and the engine and the chassis stayed in one spot, and then the front end came away, and the back end, the car was literally doing this. She split this way because there was nothing in the bottom of it.
Splitting down the middle? No
and
way.
We dragged it home. And
Do all the work yourself?
Yeah.
Good on
Welded
you.
2 bits of box iron in it, fucked an engine in it, and drove around it for about 6 months. And then my wife used to hate getting into it because every time we get into it, we go for a spin. She'd be drowned because the floors, there was no floor in it. And every time we hit a puddle, yeah, she'd get fucking drowned and she would. So, sorry.
Oh, yeah, hang on. No swearing, this is YouTube.
Sorry. So we lovingly put the car back together, and the reason why we actually started working on the car is we were coming home from a show up the M50 one day, and the battery fell through the floor and the whole car stopped, and we thought, right, it's about time to do something with this. So we took it off the road and rebuilt it, and we put all new floors in it, all new heater channels, new floor pans, fully custom 1600 engine, standard 1500 gearbox. But every time we take it out, we fall in love with it again. And
of course you do.
We named him Jeremy. Because Jeremy Beadle, that's the wife named Jeremy Beadle. Yeah.
There you go.
So the sticker on the side actually is I'm part of a Wicklow-based club called Us Kust Luft. I think there's 14 members in the club, and we all have Beetles that they're all slammed out, all big hot rodded cars and all, and we go everywhere. We've been all over the country in them. So a couple of years ago, we made a 1-to-1 size matchbox, made an actual matchbox, and everybody that came to the show end of the day,
you kidding me?
People drove the cars in, and my wife took photographs.
This is right up Nutjob Street.
Yeah. So I put the sticker of the club name on it. That year was a promotion, and I kind of fell in love with the stickers and I left them on it.
It looks fantastic, mate. It looks fantastic. Mate, I love it.
She's
what a sweet ride.
4-inch narrow beam on air, 4-inch wheels in the back, 8.5-inch bandits, and she's static as she sits there. And I just drive the Jesus out of it. Everywhere we go.
It's gotta be done.
That car, since I put that car back on the road, we probably put about 60,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Yeah, up and down the length and breadth of the country. Yeah. And it's just good crack.
I've got to tell you, it's a beautiful country. It's got to be done.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Thanks, man.
Fantastic. Yeah. What a Beetle you got here, my friend. This is Andy's stash.
Hello again. It's my little bit of my stash.
I
apologise about the mess.
Oh, here we go. Oh, sick, man. Yeah, dude, here we go. What year?
1964.
64.
Original Irish built. 11-window combi van.
Irish built,
yeah.
Wicked.
So in 1950, Volkswagen opened up the first factory outside of Germany in Ireland, and they used to send vehicles over in flat pack form in boxes.
Oh yeah.
Known as CKD vehicles. It's completely knocked down. That's what the CKD means. And the Irish lads assembled them and put them together and sold them straight from the factory. So you could walk straight up to the factory and buy a car from like 1951 onwards. This is Rufus, by the way. Rufus got his name because my wife and I figured that the roof was effed, so that's where Rufus came in. So the plan is to try and save as much of original paint and metal that you see on Rufus as he is, like, so kind of do a kind of a loving restoration, like, you know, minimal, so cut as very little as I can out of it, and try and save as much of the original, what I think is sea blue.
I love the I love the blue.
Could be Dove blue. I'm not sure the paint code.
I don't know. It's not like we had a couple of Dove blues back at the shop, and that doesn't look Dove blue.
No, I think she's sea blue.
Yeah.
So the story goes, in 1964, there was a man by the name of Stanley Nolan who worked out of Bray in County Wicklow in Ireland, and he owned an electrical shop, and he was an electrician by trade, and he was looking for a panel van, and he went up to the factory on this particular day to buy a van, and they didn't have any panel vans in stock. So what they did was the factory sold him the 11 window combi van, but completely gutted out the inside of it. They took the seats and the headliner and all over it. And then a man by the name of Charlie Keddy then bought the van from Stanley. Sometime in the 80s then, Stanley or Charlie Keddy sold a van to a man by the name of Kerry Lawless. Kerry's plans was to rebuild a van and use it as a camper vehicle to tow the bikes.
Yeah, okay.
But unfortunately, with time and there was the case, time and money and family commitments and all, Kerry could never get to the van, so the van sat in his yard from sometime in the 80s until 2019 when my wife and I came across the van. Now, the van had popped up in a photograph in 2016 on Facebook, and I had to ignore it because the very same week the van popped up, we were getting married. So obviously I couldn't do both. Now Eileen's very understanding, she loves the Volkswagens, but at the same time I couldn't say during the week I was getting married. By the way, I'm going down to get a Volkswagen. But and I forgot all about it. And in 2019 the van popped up on Facebook again, and I said to Eileen, I'm going to go find that van. And she says to me, Andy, she says, for as long as I know, she says, you've always wanted a split window van, she says to me, she says, and to find an Irish one, and not only find an Irish one, but to find one with the original Wicklow reg.
Whoa, there you go.
These are the old Irish registration plates. So to find an original Irish bus in Ireland with a Wicklow reg on it, as a Wicklow man, like this was like the golden ticket.
Yeah,
you know
man. That's amazing.
So we went and have a look at the van, and we walked around it and all, and was looking through the photographs. Now we took a load of photographs of the van that night. Now we came home and we were mulling it over. We were kind of will we won't we, because the van was in a sorry state, and it sat there for 20 years, and a lot of people had kind of turned the van down and all. And we were going back through the photographs and all, and I just happened to notice the date the van was originally registered in 1964. It was the 9th of July 1964, and the day Eileen and I went to have a look at the van was the 9th of July 2019. Just completely by coincidence. And I was and Eileen says to me, if you don't need any more reason to go and get that van, she says to me, I don't know what to say to you. So she says to me, go get it.
Like you need another reason.
So I rang Kerry, and I said to Kerry, right, we'll be down on Saturday, and we did the deal, and the van has been sat here now for the last 18 months, and Eileen and I, as you can see, have completely now the van was so bad, the chassis was gone.
Yeah, this whole front
completely. So we rebuilt the whole front underneath it. Friends of ours run a show in Athlone in late summer, and the plan is for next year now is to have Rufus at the show in Athlone 2022.
That's the plan.
That's the plan,
mate. That's an ask.
It's ambitious.
It's a big ask.
It's ambitious. As you can see, I'm single-handedly putting Alan Schofield's kids through college, buying all his panels. But and this is the love. This is what we do. This is Volkswagen life, isn't it? This is nut jobs.
That's it. I'm sure you do it proud.
Hope so. Wazzy is very aggressive.
Oh, hello.
Because Wazzy has just figured out he is a and it's gone to his brain.
It's massive. Oh wow. That's sick.
Panel vans, man.
Yeah, no kidding.
So this is Bigelow, named because of his registration and where we found him, my wife and I.
So, dude, I love it.
BIC 323.
Yeah, man, that's wicked.
Original Carlo, 1966 panel van.
He's straight coming. He is coming for us.
That's Wazzy.
Look, he's so fast.
Very aggressive currently, until we find him a mate. You watch it now, he will actually break your ankle. Wazzy, relax with it.
I've never thought I'd be afraid of a tortoise, but he's a beast.
Wazzy is an African sulcata tortoise.
He's massive.
Third biggest species in the world.
He's on the chase.
Yeah, he will do that for hours.
This is bizarre, man. Standing in Ireland, getting chased around by a tortoise.
Yeah, bud. He's very angry this morning. He obviously hadn't had his breakfast yet. So.
Okay, so after that intermission, that reptile interruption, we have got Bic.
Yeah, 1966. Again, original Irish panel van. And I'll tell you how you know it's an original Irish. So, now I'm open to correction of this now, but nearly all of the Volkswagens that were ever built in Ireland, right, had the etching on the glass. So see the glass? Oh, yeah. And all the Volkswagens has a little shamrock on them.
Oh, sick.
So every panel of glass you look at in an Irish car would have
Your little Shamrock. Oh,
Shamrock.
that's beautiful, actually. I love that.
For me, the panel van is the ultimate splitty to have. Fortuitous to find an original Irish one, you know what I mean, and in such great condition. So the van was bought brand new in 1966 from the dealer in Carlow, and it was sold to a company called the Cold Roll Milling company in Carlow, who made razor blades. The foreman who worked in the factory, when the factory closed down, which I believe again was sometime in the van was bought in 66, the man that owned the factory, I must look up the history again, he was either an Austrian or an Italian man that came to Ireland and recognised the great work ethic in the Irish people and decided to open his factory. He bought the van in 66 for the company, and I think unfortunately he died in 68 or 69, and the company closed up shortly after because, as companies do, families fall out, money, blah 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 blah. But the foreman of the factory, he took the van home with him and used it on the farm for many years. Now the man that owned the van before me was a man by the name of Shane Nolan. It was a great Volkswagen guy in Ireland, and unfortunately Shane passed away early last year. He died. Young man in his 40s, just passed away unfortunately, and the van belonged to Shane. And I got a phone call then. Shane's wife needed to move the van on, and I got a phone call from a good friend of mine down in Kerry and said to me that the van was coming up for sale, and was I interested? I didn't know anybody that wanted to buy it. And I said to my friend John down there, I said, John, I said, don't tell anybody about the van. I said, I want to buy it. The van lived in a shed in Carlow, which is 25 minutes away from my house, and we passed the shed twice, 3 times a week, and I never knew the van was in the shed. And could not believe it when I opened the door of the shed this day with Shane Nolan's wife, and the van was sitting there, and I couldn't believe it. Now, she was on 4 flat tyres, and it was looking very sorry for itself. And we did the deal, and Eileen and I became the new owners of the van.
Great.
So Eileen and I nicknamed the van, or named the van Bickelo, because his reg is BIC, and we plan to slam the bejesus.
Bickelo, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so
wicked.
Big plans for Bick. Bick is going to be slammed out to death, and it's going to have a turbo 1776 in it, and that's going to be the weekend fun mobile.
Oh, yeah. Bick the funmobile.
But I won't open the doors because they're kind of bogey here, but thankfully the cargo doors will open, and they're quite smooth.
Yeah, no kidding.
So from the factory in Ireland, all the Volkswagens in Ireland, they got an outer coat of paint, but inside they were only ever primed, and underneath they were only ever primed just one coat of primer, and that was it. So unfortunately, a lot of these old vehicles in Ireland didn't last because of the weather. So to find one of this condition is unheard of.
In this condition?
In this condition.
That's
this is considered good condition in Ireland. This would be top class. But you can see, like, she's lived a good life. You know, she's had plenty of to and fro, and the plan is to keep every dent and scratch in it.
Yeah,
and lovingly restore it.
Love it. Oh yeah, a bit of a Flintstones things going on in front.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. As you
so
do.
Apparently, I heard a story. I actually, thankfully again, John, the foreman from the factory, is still with us today, and I was talking to John. When John found out I bought the van, he rang me just before Christmas last year, and had a 45-minute conversation with John about the van and about, you know, its history and its how it got this mark and what happened and how he put the fiberglass on it to keep it going because the cops gave out to him one day about it. But he was telling me that there was 2 vans in Carlow that were similar to each other. They're both anthracite grey vans, and one guy used to always get stopped because he was notorious for the old pint or two and then driving home. So John got fed up being constantly stopped by the police, you know, mistakenly for, you know, it was the wrong van. Like, so John did, he got a sticker made up of the logo of the razor blade company.
Oh right, yeah.
And he stuck it in the window, so when the police had come up behind them, they'd know that this was John in this van and it wasn't the other fella in his other van.
Nice.
So that's a platinum, I think it's Platinum Rome, I think was the name of the razor blades, one of the razor blades they made. And that was the sticker he had made up for the back window. And they still have it on the window, I think is amazing. That's big.
Big sick, man.
Big sick, I like that.
Sick. That's cool. Wicked. So that was Bick, that was Rufus.
Jeremy.
That was Jeremy. Let's not forget.
Maisie, the amazing adventure bus. That's our T5.
As well.
Yeah.
But you've just been on holiday, haven't you?
Yeah, just got back, got back Saturday there, 5 o'clock, just before we met you.
Yeah, man.
Back, we did 10 days in Scotland. Up around the NC 500 and did Orkney Islands and all, and it was good crack. The van, must say, ran great.
Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah, good. That's good. That's good news, mate.
A few hangovers, but nothing too serious.
yeah. We'll talk about one of them. Yeah. Either way, guys, thank you so much for watching. That has been Andy's buses and Beetles and all kinds of stuff. And well,
thanks for stopping by.
A really good time. Yeah,
and you're welcome anytime, mate.
Wicked. All right.
Bye then.
Till next time. Whoa, well, thank you for watching the video. If you would like to watch more, there is going to be a thing here. That's a video that you can watch, and it's probably pretty cool. And there's a thing down here as well. What? Goodness me, we are spoiling you for choice. Pick either one or both. See you there.